All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. All right, y'all, back with a quick post-fight analysis and just quick discussion video of Savannah Marshall versus Femke Hermans. All right, y'all, looks like we got a big summer blockbuster coming up for women's boxing. I mean, Savannah Marshall, she went in there, did what she was supposed to do. She scored a big third-round knockout over Femke Hermans, and I mean, it was a it was a legit knockout. It was solid. I mean, a big left hook landed on the chin of Hermans and just laid her out flat at the end, close to the end of that third round. And that's what I wanted to see, because I really wanted to see like a big rivalry build up between these two, Clarissa Shields, that is, and Savannah Marshall. And it looks like we're going to get that. I mean, after the fight, we'll talk about the fight in here in a minute. But after the fight, of course, Clarissa, she got up in the boxing ring again, and her and Savannah Marshall had their words. They were going at it once again. So they just really been building this thing up. I mean, since the last time Clarissa made her return to the boxing ring, after her stint in MMA for a little bit, she did her fight. Savannah Marshall showed up. Savannah Marshall, she was making little jokes, in the crowd. They faced off once again, and boom, it was just one of those. It was just one of those run-ins, where they were bringing that real energy to women's boxing, something that women's boxing been needing. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, but yeah, going back and looking at the fight, I mean, Savannah Marshall, she did what she was supposed to do in this Femke Hermans fight. I mean, right from the jump, the one thing I noticed about Savannah Marshall is, that length. Every time I see her in there, it's like, man, this girl's got this freakishly long, like, frame that you don't really see in women's boxing, or you just don't see in, like a lot of the earlier women's, some of the early women's boxers as well. She just got that long frame and just her movement. That herky-jerky movement like a fury. She really, just knows how to move her shoulders. She knows how to, stick that jab out as a measuring stick. She can just stick it out as a range finder, but then sooner or later she'll pop it off at you right in the face, So I like how she does that. And then, she masked that with the right hand. So I think that what she presented to Femke Hermans was definitely a different look than she ever seen, because Femke Hermans, she's a tough fighter. I think she's never been stopped before. This was like the first legit time she's really been knocked out, So Hermans, she definitely was, I'd say, not the biggest test in the world, but, she did bring that durability to the table. So, Savannah Marshall, she was just systematically breaking it down like the first two rounds, just putting that pressure on, hitting her with those solid jabs and coming over the top with the right hand. Femke Hermans, in my opinion, I think she did some good things as far as like fighting on the inside, trying to put the pressure on, trying to smother the range. But Savannah Marshall was just too strong. She was just too big and she was just too strong for her, and just too much power in those hands. It's something that Hermans has never faced before. So the first two rounds were just pretty much her getting hit with some hard shots and getting outboxed, and just that length and that movement. Savannah Marshall's, switching stances. She's switching from orthodox to southpaw on her, and that's a good way to kind of confuse your opponent about which lead hand to look out for, right, the right or the left. So just a systematic breakdown of the first two rounds, overpowering her. Going into that third round, as Femke Hermans backed into the ropes and she was in that corner, she was about to like try to exchange, with a power shot, and boom, Savannah Marshall lands that left hook. I know a lot of people probably thought it was going to be the right hand because she has power in that right, but it was a pretty left hook, powerful left hook that landed on the chin of Femke Hermans and just knocked her out, laid her out in the corner. So I was like, okay, I'm impressed with the power that she's bringing in the finishes that she's bringing, because you don't really see this many fighters score this many knockouts. I mean, we can look at the competition. They say the competition is not that good, but you don't really see this many knockouts on a lot of these women boxers' resume unless you're Ann Wolfe, right? If you go back to some of those earlier fights like Ann Wolfe or Layla Ali, like you don't really see them you don't really see too many women stopping that many fighters like that. And Savannah Marshall's really been bringing some power to the table here, and as well as like awkward style. But leading up to this fight here between her and Clarissa Shields, I definitely have to say, it's going to be a good fight, could possibly 50-50 here, because, Savannah Marshall is bringing something that Clarissa's never seen before, and vice versa. Clarissa has never seen someone this tall and this awkward. Well, they've seen each other like that in the amateurs, but as far as professionals, that's what I'm telling these casual boxing fans now, like, stop talking about the amateur days. Stop talking about when Clarissa Shields lost to Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall beat Clarissa Shields like 9-10 years ago. Doesn't make any sense anymore. This is a totally different game, man. That's like, just saying, oh man, this person beat me up when I was 7 years old, and they'll probably do the same thing when I'm 30, right? It depends on what direction you're taking in your life and how you bettered yourself as an adult, right? So just scratch all of that. Look at this as a clean slate for both fighters because they've both been building their careers in their own way off of what it is they bring to the table. You got Clarissa, who is a good, strong, skilled boxer. And then you got Savannah Marshall, who's a powerful, tall, awkward boxer, right? So again, they haven't seen anything like this from each other before, right? They haven't seen the styles from each other because they're the best of the best, in my opinion. Again, whether you think Clarissa can win, whether you think Savannah can win, I think they are the best of the best. That's why they're building this up as $1 million fight, right? That's why this is like a blockbuster taking place in England, right? Because Savannah Marshall is a threat to Clarissa, and Clarissa's a threat to her. Like Clarissa is a fighter that can go in there and fight 10 rounds. She's tough, she's educated, she's built for 10 rounds. She's built to go that long haul. Whereas, Savannah Marshall is finishing a lot of these girls. I don't really think she's built. We still don't know if she's built for that long haul. We know Clarissa is because, she's been improving her IQ. And since she doesn't have the power, she knows how to go in there and last 10 rounds like she's been doing, right? So I'm looking forward to it. That's all I can say, man. This is like the one fight I'm looking forward to next to Spence Crawford, this Taylor and Serrano. I'm looking forward to that. I am looking forward to of course, Ugas and Spence coming up in 2 weeks, but this is a fight I'm really looking forward to because this is, like, to me, one of the biggest moments in women's boxing. I think it's going to go down as one of the biggest in history because, we never got Layla Ali versus Ann Wolfe, fights like that. They passed by. Not too many people were familiar with Holly Holm and Anne-Sophie Mathis. I like both of those pair of fights. Both times they shared the boxing ring, but we haven't really got, like, something this big in a while, And I do think that Savannah Marshall is bringing something to the table that we don't know. Like, the power could be trouble. The power could land, on Clarissa. We just have to see how she reacts to it. We'll see how Clarissa can smother the power. In my opinion, just as an early look, I think Clarissa does have the ability and the IQ to take away the power of Savannah Marshall. It's just going to come down to doing that for 10 rounds or, getting past the herky-jerkiness of Savannah Marshall early on, So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, guys. Let me know in the comment section what y'all thought of the fight last night between Savannah and Femke Hermans, and what do y'all think of the build-up between Marshall and Clarissa Shields. I'm going to be talking more about it, of course. I just wanted to kind of give you my early thoughts here, doing this post-fight of last night's fight because a lot was said. They've been talking a lot. They both been talking a lot of junk here. So we'll talk more about it, guys. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Make sure y'all subscribe here, All Boxing Everything, as well as my channel, Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.